भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी निधि नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादिकाचार्य सुतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मुखम करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयति गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीननाथान्यं। Hare Krishna. So let us see verse number 25 of chapter 3 Karma Yoga, in continuation of our reading Bhagavad Gita every day. So let us chant the shloka. सक्तः कर्मण्य अविद्वांसो
शक्तः कर्मण्य विद्वांसो
यथा कुर्वन्ति भारत
यथा कुर्वन्ति भारत
कुर्याद्विद्वांस्तथा सक्तस्
कुर्यात् विद्वांस्तथा
चिकीर्षुर्लोकसङ्ग्रहम्
चिकीर्षुर्लोकसङ्ग्रहम्
सक्तः कर्मणि अविद्वांसो यथा कुर्वन्ति भारत कुर्याद्विद्वांस्तथा सक्त चिकीर्षुर्लोकसङ्ग्रहम्. Please chant the sloka.
सक्तः कर्मण्य विद्वांसो यथा कुर्वन्ति भारत कुर्यात् विद्वांस्तथा सक्तः चिकीर्षुर्लोकसङ्ग्रहम्.
Anybody else want to try? Vidvamstatha sakta. Okay, so translation and yeah, please go ahead. So to try. Okay. So translation and purport. An ignorant perform their duties with attachment to results. The learned may similarly act, but without attachment, for the sake of leading people on the right path. Purport. A person in Krishna consciousness and a person not in Krishna consciousness are differentiated by their different desires. A Krishna conscious person does not do anything which is not conducive to development of Krishna consciousness. He may even act exactly like ignorant person who is too much attached to material activities, but one is engaged in such activities for the satisfaction of his sense gratification, whereas the other is engaged in satisfaction of Krishna. Therefore, Krishna conscious person is required to show people how to act and how to engage the results of action for the purpose of Krishna consciousness. So Krishna continuing his instruction to Arjuna about act, about doing his karma rather than renouncing by knowledge. So yes, in the last few slokas we saw that Krishna told that a person who is self-satisfied does not need anything from this world and he's happy within. So for such person there is no duty. But Krishna then told that he again gave example of Janak Maharaj and also he himself that he does not need anything but still he acts, because if he does not act people will follow him and then adharma will be prominent in the society and there will be unwanted population. So rather than this, Krishna is telling you should act, to lead people, as a leader should act to show the people how to work. Here in this shloka, today's shloka, he is telling the internal difference or what's so act may be the same, but the purpose or the intention is or the consciousness of doing the activity is totally different. Right? For example, say in the school, teacher is teaching ABCD to small children. So now the children are learning ABCD. So teacher is also saying ABCD. The students are also saying ABCD. But the purpose of teacher saying ABCD is different. Her consciousness is different. Her consciousness is not to learn, but to teach. How she can teach the students more easily. Similarly, we can see like any game you take, the trainer and the team, the act is same. Say saying playing the soccer, the act is same, but the consciousness in which the act is done is different, and that is the difference between the teacher and student or the trainer and the team. Right? So their consciousness, the by which they do the activity, uh, defines the position or defines the uh, how the act will be performed. So here Srila Prabhupada also mentioned that in the purport that the consciousness of a person defines the same act is in Krishna consciousness or not. If it's for our own gratification, it's not in Krishna consciousness. If it's for Krishna's gratification, it's in Krishna consciousness. So, how does it relate to Arjuna? So, Arjuna is also going to fight in the war if he decides to fight afterwards. Krishna is telling him to fight, but if Arjuna accepts that and he decides to fight, Arjuna will also be fighting. Similarly, Duryodhana also will fight, Dushasan also will fight. So, everybody, the act will be the same of fighting and winning or giving all their power, all their energy, all their mind and intelligence in the war. So, the act will be the same, but Krishna telling Arjuna that your act of doing the war is different, or your why it is different because your consciousness is different, your intention is different in that act. While Duryodhana will also fight in the war, but his intention is for his own gratification. He wants to enjoy the kingdom. So his consciousness is totally different. But Arjuna, if he decides to fight, he will not fight for himself because Arjuna has the knowledge. Krishna has given him the knowledge about his real identity. So when he will act in knowledge. And when you act in knowledge, Arjuna's activity of doing the war will be to satisfy Krishna's plan. Krishna's plan is establish dharma, so Arjuna will fight to establish dharma. And so if he wins or not is a different thing. If he can enjoy the kingdom or not, he will not care for that. So the act will be the same, but the consciousness and the intention of Arjuna and Duryodhana is totally different. And based on that, the result will be different. You will get entangled or you will get liberated from this act. So here in the shloka, Krishna tells like a person who is attached to the results. So he does some work, and a person who is not attached to the a learned person means a person who has the higher knowledge. Higher knowledge means the spiritual knowledge, the knowledge of your real identity, knowledge of why you exist, the goal of the life. That is the knowledge. So that is the learned person. So he will act similarly, but he because he is not attached to the result for his own gratification, the results will be different. So so we see there are few people we meet across in our professional career also, that they are very much detached from their activities. Even if they are in any heavy meeting or they are through some struggle in the office, they can remain peaceful. The reason is they are not attached. So they are also doing the job. The other person is also doing the job. But any person can get entangled or get frustrated or get stressed out if he is attached to the results. So learned or person who has knowledge should not get attached to the results for his own sense gratification or for his own benefit. Then the same act of doing job or doing any activity will help us to elevate our consciousness. So as we go on doing these activities repeatedly, one after another, every time our the consciousness will change, our intentions will be little bit higher, and then we will slowly progress towards the ultimate goal of the life, which is the self-realization. So Krishna will continue his instructions to Arjuna how you should act, so that people in general will uh, can follow your example. So Arjuna, if fights, now everybody has seen that he don't want to fight, right? He sat on the chariot, so everybody knows he don't want to fight. And after the hearing Krishna, if he starts fighting, everybody knows that Krishna, Arjuna is not fighting for himself, but it's fighting on advice from Krishna. So that itself will change the consciousness or the way of thinking of the general populace. So that is what expected from Arjuna, to set an example, or to when or we say like lead by example. So Arjuna, Krishna is telling Arjuna to lead uh, and to engage people in general. So now here, next few shlokas, Krishna will tell more about how Arjuna should act and how he should engage the people in general who are attached to the results, and how he can help them to elevate their consciousness. And that we'll see in the few shlokas from tomorrow. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. So these are few examples I gave just to relate how the act should be and the purpose of the act. So any other examples or any other question or reflection, please share. Avidwan, vidwan, avidwan, ignorant. Vidwan is knowledgeable, ignorant, not knowledgeable. Okay, thank you very much. Hare Krishna. We'll see you tomorrow, which is the last day of this year. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much for joining.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.